We're at Orland Square Mall, JCPenney. Today we're having a press conference. Illinois State Senator Maggie Crotty and House Representative Kevin McCarthy will be here to say a few words, as well as Jack Fields, the store manager for JCPenney. Let's go see what's going on inside.
Well, good morning, everyone. And I'd like to thank you for being here today to celebrate the start of Illinois' first sales tax holiday. Hopefully everybody's ready to shop this morning. We're very pleased to have two esteemed members of the Illinois General Assembly here with us to raise the curtain on what we expect to be a very big shopping event in the state of Illinois. I have State Representative Kevin McCarthy and Senator Maggie Crotty, and we also have Maureen Kelly, Chairman of the Board of the Southwest Chamber of Commerce. Okay? Also, I'd like to welcome Gail Gleespent. She's from the Orland Square Mall Management, and I'd just like to thank her for all the support she's given us for this event and everything she does to provide the people of Orland Park a great place to shop. Before turning things over to my guests, I'd like to say how excited we are at JCPenney about that tax holiday event. As we've seen in other states, this is a big win for everyone. It's a big win for retailers, obviously, because we get a lot of traffic in the store. It's a big win for our associates because we hire more people and we extend our hours for this event too. So there's more payroll going back into the community. Christmas season is obviously our biggest season of the year, followed by back to school. So this is really like appointment shopping. And as Pennies, we serve about half of the United States of families each year. We take pride in being the leading destination for back-to-school shopping. Sales tax holidays are also a win for our customers. That's the most important part. They get additional tax savings on top back-to-school promotional discounts that we're already offering for this event. Sales tax holiday waives 5% of the sales of your purchases on clothing, shoes, and backpacks. Under $100 per item. That extra savings is especially benefits the working families, our customers, at a time when they're outfitting their kids for the school year. Thanks for listening, and now I'd like to turn it over to State Representative Kevin McCarthy.
Thank you. Thank you very much, and I'm very pleased to be here. I only had to come about 4 blocks, so that's especially nice when we have a 10 a.m. Press conference. But this is another bold move that the General Assembly has taken upon itself this year. We've talked about this many times in the past, at least the last 3 or 4 years. And as everyone knows, our economy needs a little shot in the arm every now and then, and we're certainly hoping that the people of our state will take advantage of the sales tax holiday. Most people, I hope, would realize that as far as the revenue that helps run the programs that the state performs, sales tax is number 2, but very, very close to personal income tax. The two of them together make up close to 80% of our total revenue coming into the state. So when our sales tax numbers are down and our income tax numbers are down, it makes it very difficult for us to provide the services that we need. But this, as Jack said, is certainly, we look forward to it to be a win-win. Other states that came and testified before the General Assembly said that that is the way it's worked out in other states. The increase in shopping will more than make up for the money that is given back by the state withholding its 5% of the sales tax. So we look forward to that. But no matter what happens, I think it's a great thing just to say we're going to take this step forward and we're going to give the people of our state, if at the end of this, all that happens is that the people save 5% on their purchases, I think that alone is a meritorious thing. But I do think it will help jumpstart other purchases and will more than make up for the state that the revenue that will be given on to our families. So we're excited about this. As so often, I work very closely with our Senator Maggie Crotty on many issues, and Maggie and I, early in this issue, had talked it over and said we definitely were in strong support, and I'm very pleased that this year it did get through both houses of the General Assembly, and our governor, of course, signed it into law, making this possible to start today and go for the next 10 days. I would point out that I was listening to WGN radio this morning. I know you're going to say I'm not old enough to listen to WGN, but I am. And I was happy to hear not only Governor Quinn on there touting the benefits of this sales tax holiday, but also Bill Brady was on the radio. So most of you who pay attention to the news know those two don't agree on too much very often nowadays, but they both are in support of the sales tax holiday, so I'm happy to join with them, and we're hoping that we'll see an increase in shopping, and we'll see an increase in the employment hours, as Jack also mentioned, because that's a very important thing to us too. JCPenney and Sears and Carson's and all the good stores here in the mall will also be extending the hours that a lot of their employees work. And when their employees work, they make more money, they spend them at our grocery stores and our department stores and things. It is kind of a snowballing effect, so that's why we did this in order to stimulate the economy. So thanks for coming out, and I hope all the shoppers take advantage of this 10 days, and we use the upturn in the sales here in Orland Mall. And with that, I'd like to introduce my colleague from the upper house, the older house, as we like to say, in the House of Representatives, but my good friend from the Senate, Senator Maggie Crotty.
Well, thank you very much, but I don't think it took a lot of arm twisting to get me to Orland Mall. So I do want to take this time to, not to repeat everything that Kevin has said, but, you know, as we as legislators, I don't care from which side of the aisle, answer our phone in our office and have constituents who are having very tough times financially. It's not just the state, it's not just our country, it's global, but when it really hits our neighbors, I think that's what's brought all of us together to try to see if we can help, especially at this time when families are trying to give a good start to the school year for their kids. It is important that at this time we help our working families, and especially the kids, get off to a good start in their school year. With the school fees and the bus fees and the school supply fees, and on top of that, when you have kids that are going to school that need shoes and coats, this is an important time for us to give a break to the working families throughout our state. So thank you very much for JCPenney inviting us out here to share with all of the workers at JCPenney and in this mall in hoping to stimulate the economy and, most importantly, help kids feel better that first day of school. Thanks. And now I'm very happy to introduce a very good friend of mine and a mother of 5 who have put all of their kids through school. It's Maureen Kelly, and she's the president of the Southland Chamber. Maureen?
Good morning. I'm really honored to be here to represent the Chicago Southland Chamber of Commerce, and I'd like to thank Senator Crotty and Representative McCarthy for including the Chamber. We're really proud of the great working relationship we have with our local legislators. They're always there when we need them, and this is evidence today. We are the business organization for the Southland, representing 85 communities, and we know how important it is to get the economy rolling, and that's the thing that we work on at the Chamber. As Maggie said, I am a mother of 5, and I know how hard it is to get your kids prepared to go back to school this time of the year, and it's quite an expense. So I think this is a wonderful thing that the General Assembly has done to help the consumers in Illinois. You know, whether you're buying shoes or book bags or notebook paper, there are expenditures that you need to make this time of year. So for the state to give folks a break, 5% break, I think is a really significant positive impact. I also plan on maybe doing a little Christmas shopping at this time of the year too. So my hat's off to the General Assembly, and especially our local reps McCarthy and Crotty, and for the hard work they do. So thank you very much.
Well, I'd like to thank our guests for their comments this morning, and we'd also like to invite everybody into the store to start their shopping. We've got some great deals that just started this morning. We have coupons, and we think it's going to be a great event, so thank you for your time. Does anyone have any questions?
How much do you expect this to cost the state in sales tax revenue loss? Do you expect them to lose anything?
The people who were opponents of this estimated as high as $30 million would be in regular revenue, but of course, those of us who are proponents who look at other states, we expect the state to actually break even or come out ahead in the long term. Plus, it is a savings for the parents of our state.
What do you estimate that parents will save collectively throughout the state? Do you guys have any figures?
The I've seen anywhere, well, the 30 million was what they said that it would be the 5% off of the federal. So we'd say at least that.
I have a brief question. How long is this event going to run?
August 6th to August 15th. Thank you for that, because I did see one flyer that had the 17th, so I know those people coming out those last 2 days are getting disappointed. So it is the 6th to the 15th. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm here with Illinois State Senator Maggie Crotty and also Kevin McCarthy, representative. How do you feel about this tax holiday today?
Well, very enthused. I'm hoping that all of the citizens of our area take advantage of this. We did this to help stimulate the economy, and I think it's going to. So we have the next 10 days. We're going to forego the state part of the sales tax. So instead of being about 10, it'll be down about 5%. So it's a 5% savings to all of our families.
I feel the same way, and I know for a fact that it's going to help the families as they start to put the kids back to school. It's an expensive time for families, and it's important for the kids to feel good the first day of school, making sure that they have their new backpack, and for the grandparents that are raising kids today too. This is a great stimulus for our economy, but more importantly, it's really helpful for those getting their kids back to school.
Definitely, that's good to know that grandparents are in on this too, and basically if you need some office supplies. Now, I also understand this will help the jobs hopefully for a little while.
Yeah, even I think the store manager here today mentioned that they have some of their current employees that are going to be working extra hours, and of course bringing in extra income, and that's good for us as well as far as stimulating the economy. So we think stores throughout our state are going to be doing that, in some cases employing new people, but at least increasing the hours and the times for the people that are already employed, and because many of our citizens are what we call underemployed, where they'd like to work more hours, and hopefully this thing, well, just today they opened a couple hours early, and they're planning on doing it throughout the course of the sales. So those people will see more income to them as well, which will allow them to not only shop in our department stores and our school supply stores, but also our grocery stores and other areas of our economy in the state. So we really think it's going to boost through the economy and give it a good shot in the arm that it certainly needs right now.
Definitely. And you?
And he also mentioned that he's hired a few more employees part-time because of this starting earlier. Usually they've hired those employees around the Christmas holiday, but this here is like an advanced shopping incentive that'll bring more people in, so he's been able to employ people right here in our Southland. So that's very important, and that was great to hear too from JCPenney.
Great to know that's going to go on statewide. And now is there a website we could find out what items are eligible for this tax break?
It's on quite a few websites. On the advertisements, you'll hear that. I know. Even I mentioned WGNO, but Illinois.gov will have it on there, and the Department of Revenue if there's any serious questions. So.
But it's items pertaining to school clothing and shoes. 5% of the sales tax is off on items that are under $100.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
So the real expensive Air Jordans will not be covered, but we want to encourage people to be a little bit more practical, and they can certainly find a pair of good gym shoes for their son or daughter that is well under $100, and then they'll save the 5% as well.
Sounds good. I guess no LeBron James jersey for me, even though we're not. Anyway, I was reading about your biography, Silver Alert. Could you tell us a little about that?
Well, sure. The Silver Alert legislation that I sponsored came from a constituent and her great grandson. It had to do with a senior citizen leaving to go to a new doctor's office, and it was during one of our terrible snowstorms in 2009, and when she didn't come back timely, they ended up calling the doctor, and the doctor said that she never made her appointment, and she went for 2 days missing, and then was found by a farmer. She had slipped off of a 2-lane road and froze to death. When she got out of the car to probably try to walk to the farmer's house, she slipped and fell and couldn't get up. And so it was a story that really tugged at me. And as I started the legislation for the senior Silver Alert, persons with disabilities, the advocates came to me and asked if I would please put that in too. So, and a couple of times
since that bill has been passed, it has been used. So, and it was successful in finding a person with Alzheimer's or a senior person in a much more timely fashion, so something like that doesn't happen.
It gives me a sense of comfort as my own parents grow older. Can we go to illinois.gov to find more information about that too?
Yes, you can, or you can call my office.
What's the number?
That number is 708-687-9696.
That was great. Any final words here today?
Well, we really hope this gets our people out shopping, and we're, I think, both very proud to support the legislation that will certainly encourage them, and we're hoping that the economy, which definitely needs a shot in the arm, will get it from this promotion.
During these economic times, every little bit helps, and I think this is going to be very helpful for families to get their kids ready for a successful school year.
Sounds good. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Thanks.
Bye.